Hello you absolute legends, and thank you so much for joining me today in today's timestamp video. I'm going to show you around the Forest of Dean Cycle Centre today, also known as Pedalabikeaway if it's your first visit or if you haven't been here for some time. I'll show you everything from when you arrive at the main car park and the overflow car park to where you'll actually pay for parking. I'll share where the toilets and the cafe are, especially if you've been on a long drive or you've got children with you, and the more important Wi-Fi password, because the phone signal around here is a little bit pants, but the Wi-Fi signal is quite strong. Maybe you've forgotten something and you need to visit the bike shop. Maybe there's a part you're missing or you need a repair. Alternatively, you may have booked a bike rental online and I'll get you to the bike hire shop to collect your bike. I'll show you around the basics of the Forest of Dean, where the new Uplift location is and additional parking that's been created because of this. And I'll take you on the trails showing you around, such as the Colliers Trail and how to get there, that was also known as the Family Trail, how to get to trails like the green Old Bob's Trail or the blue Verderers Trail, the red Freeminers Trail, Red Skills area. I'll even show you how to get to the far side of the forest to get to trails like Bear Trap, Y2K and Elephant Man, all on the lower side, including the new location for the Forest Ranger Station. Not just that, but information that's showed out on the board, and also a link that I hope you'll find helpful to the Forest of Dean website, where they regularly update information about events. I'll even share my Komoot and Strava details in the description for the Colliers Loop, the Verderers Loop and the updated Freeminers link. And of course, I'll also go ahead and share other videos within here in the description that I've created that are in a list I've made for you on how to get around the Forest of Dean, such as my opinion on what's the easiest way to the trailhead, or how do you get to Elephant Man and Y2K from the top of the forest? How do you get to Boneyard, not just one but two ways of doing that, revealing other parts of the forest? Or how do you get to Bear Trap in a standalone video? And I'm also going to share the Freeminers link with you as well. I've even done a YouTube video on that one. So please join me as I show you around the Forest of Dean, somewhere where I started my mountain biking journey just 3 years ago. I still have a huge amount to learn, and that this video, along with the others that I created, will help you find your way around this fantastic and most amazing trail centre.
Yes! I did it for the first time ever, come on! It's only been a year and a half.
If you're still here with me, I truly appreciate that. Thank you so much. And in this timestamp video, we're going to make our way to the main car park. And if it's super quiet, you'll go to one of the two car parks here to the left. Again, if it's super busy, you'll see signs that will push you towards the overflow car park, and we'll get to that in just a minute. Also at the top here, you're going to see traditionally where a lot of vans tend to park. And I think it's because there's just more space there. We're going to make our way round to one of the two gates now that closes at night. It's seasonal, and again, as long as at this green gate here, you're this side of the green gate, after about 5 or 6 p.m, again it's seasonal, you'll be absolutely fine. As we go into the main car park here, just to the left, you'll see one of the 3 payment options. This is where you're going to pay for your parking for the day's activities. Now, as we go around to the main car park, you see to the right there, you've got more van space parking. And again, traditionally, I think these are slightly bigger spots. As I go around now to the second car park, just in front of me, way in the distance there, in front of Pedal Syndicate, you see the second pay meter. Not just a pay meter, but also an information board with information on all the trails and activities in the area. As we go around to that second car park, I'm going to call this the figure of 6 now. You'll do this in a loop because you might find that the car park is actually full, and that's actually no problem at all. That's the whole point of having this overflow car park. As we make our way around to head towards the overflow car park, some of that area of the main car park has been taken by Pedal Syndicate, but that's not a problem because more has been given back, as you'll see in a minute. Traditionally, for example, the uplift used to be there on the right hand side. That's now parking spaces available. And here we come to that third and final pay meter, and just to the left of that now, we're going to go ahead and look for the Uplift location. This is the new Uplift location. Down that lane, go down there at weekends or anytime you've booked an uplift, and that's where you'll get collected to go ahead and get your uplift for the trails. Now, of course, we're still on the overflow car park here. We're coming to that second green gate. Again, it's seasonal. Just check on the times online. As long as you're this side of that gate, after about 5 or 6 p.m, you'll be fine. As you push through to the overflow car park to the left on the two-way system, you'll see there. We'll see that again in a minute. That'll take you to the cafe, or if you scooch to the right, it will take you around to the rest of the trails. Now, this just shows you how much expansion has been done to the car park, even more to the right now. And this is traditionally the old-fashioned way we used to get to the trailhead, to the Crossroads you'll see again in a minute, to the trailhead or all the main trails. And this is just to show just how vast that overflow car park truly is. Now once you've got to the very end and you've made yourself comfortable, you've got parked up and you've paid for parking, the next thing I think you're going to look for is the toilet facilities and toilet and shower block, as I would call it. If you go to the toilet and shower block, there's baby changing facilities, and even at the end there you've got a defibrillator, and yes, can you believe it, there's even a coin operated showers. My friends who camp there at weekends and the like often use that, and it's a brilliant way to clean off, especially in the summer when you're all hot and sweaty. Now the next thing you're going to realise is you've got no phone signal. The phone signal is traditionally quite pants around here, and so you're going to want to look around for the Wi-Fi code. So scooch around here, look at that wall, and that's where you're going to find the Wi-Fi code. Now you've got that Wi-Fi sorted to talk to your chat to your friends, or especially for the kids as well, we're going to come back in now, and you've got hot sausage rolls to the right there, you've got sandwiches, drinks, beverages, refreshments, specials, vegan options, and the vegan cakes are absolutely stunning. This area here is where my friends and I tend to hang out in the morning when we're having breakfast and a chat about the day ahead. You've got plenty of seating on the inside here. There is some outside, and we'll get to that in a moment. If you scoot around this corner though, we'll go into the hallway, and that's where you're going to put your cutlery after eating, the recycling bins, and that will take you to the toilets down there. On this board here is information, topical information updated, and of course the updated Wi-Fi password. We've got more seating as we come in around here now, and again, after we've done that, we've got seating outside under the canopy and a Pizza Hut and outside cafe. Here is the outside area for more seating, as well as that famous Pizza Hut I told you about, the cafe that's open during busy periods, holidays and weekends. It really is glorious here all year round. We're going out now towards Pedal Syndicate the same way we would later for the Colliers Trail and all trails, because if you've forgotten something, if you've lost a water bottle, a piece of clothing, or if you're browsing for new items, as I often do, especially if you need something repaired, luckily there is a local bike shop, my local bike shop, that's actually on site, and if they can, they will try and repair your bike if it's a short thing that needs to be done, especially at weekends. You may have got yourself a bike booked or ready for hire to get yourself into mountain biking. If so, this is the bike hire shop here. Come along here, have a little chat with the staff here. They'll book you in, they'll help you get your bike, talk to you about the area and help you know about the trails you want to ride. This is the rather fabulous ranger station, the new ranger station here, and you can see that outside that topical information board is updated every single day. I was informed by Kate, one of the brilliant rangers here, don't go through the glass doors but look at the green door and press the button there if you need somebody. Press that button and they'll come out, and also there's information on the website I'm sharing in the link in the description of fantastic knowledgeable information each weekend that Mary does, giving you on what's happening, what the trail conditions are like, what the events are like, what the weather's going to be like, even if there's any maintenance going on by Dean Trail volunteers. It's absolutely brilliant, Mary. Thank you so much. Now we're making our way to the Colliers Trail. That's where I would suggest your next step would be if you're starting out in mountain biking, the Colliers Trail, also known as the Family Trail. Now that would go to the left here, it's well marked. Alternatively, you would see that that's the way to Beechenhurst there. It's also the same way you'll return after the Collier Trail. You've got that lovely little sculpture to the left there now, and as we come to this stop here, you're going to see everything is well signposted. You've got that Colliers Trail again that goes to the left. It used to be called the Family Trail, and of course you've got that to the right taking you to Beechenhurst. Of course, this is now the start of the Colliers Trail. I've got the Komoot and Strava details in the description for you. You may be instead heading to the Blue Skills area or the rest of the trails. Don't forget that there's an information board just coming up here onto your left. And as we scooch forward here, check out on that information board there, and as you see to the right of that, there's this yellow stand. That's a tool stand with a pump, and it's something that can help you do basic repairs. Now we're moving forward here, and there are options to go left or to the other trails, and I'll come back to that in a little bit, but we're not going to go left here to the other trails right now. We're going to go up to the in front of us a little bit further to the pump track and skills area. The pump track is just to your right here, and as we scoot forward a little bit further, if you were to go straight forward, that's where you would actually make your way up to the Blue Skills area, a brilliant way to practice and session and get yourself warmed up. From here we're making our way to the right on this two-way system that I think is fantastic from the old days, genuinely a brilliant update. And as I go forward here, you'll see in the distance there's that entrance from the overflow car park I showed you earlier. Following these two lovely people here now, we're coming to what I consider to be the old-fashioned crossroads. This crossroads is where a lot of decisions can be made. Don't forget the information board is in front of you. If you go straight ahead towards here now, you're going to be going towards the trailhead, pretty much to the trailhead and to Launchpad. Alternatively, go to the right, you're going to go for the green trails like Old Bob's Trail, Blue Verderers Trail, the Red Skills area, or the Red Freeminers Trail. As we're popping to the right here now, following these lovely people to the trails, here we're going to use this entrance to the Old Pub Trail. Trail, pretty much any of the things that we do here, we're going to start out on the Old Bob's Trail, even if we go into the Verderers Trail or the Red Skills area. Now, of course, I'm concentrating on Old Bob's Trail at the moment. We'll get to the Verderers and Freeminers Trail in just a moment. Now, you can get out onto the fire road here. If you want to jump straight ahead and do the Verderers Trail and the Freeminers Trail, I'll come back to those in just a little bit. I'm just sharing the highlights of Old Bob's Trail and the first skills area. As I said, I might do a standalone video on this. It's a fantastic place for you to bring your children, or if you're trying to progress as a rider, there's so many variances to this area. And Kate from Forestry England actually told me when she saw the plans that they got for the budget, she couldn't believe it, and I'm quite frankly impressed myself. As I said, I'll come back to the Verderers and Freeminers in a moment. I just want to show some highlights of the Old Bob's Trail, and again, this video is time stamped for you. This next area is 3 skills areas to play on, and this skills area you've got also, this carries on now to the next area. As you come along to this next area now, you've got another section you can session and another couple of trails, and after you've sessioned those on the Old Bob's Trail as much as you want, there's even more for you to do as you make your way past here, joining back onto the next section of Old Bob's. Incidentally, that fire road there takes you way back to the top of the overflow car park and back to the cafe. And here we are jumping onto the last section of Old Bob's Trail again now, before we head back to the very start where it all began. Now, of course, I hope you enjoyed that Old Bob's Trail there, but if we were going to go ahead at this section here, if I was going to go to the right for the Verderers Trail, the Verderers Loop, that would be the Blue Trail Verderers, and again I've got the Komoot and Strava details in the description for you. It's a trail that I hold dear to my heart, the very first trail I rode at the Forest of Dean. Of course, you might be going left to the Red Freeminers Trail or the Red Skills Jumps and Drops Loop, something I'm proud to have said I've worked on that trail there as well over 18 months with Dean Trail volunteers. Now, of course, on the road to progression, you may want to progress further afield, trying more trails to the left of the forest, like the Red TNT Trail or Bear Trap, or even black trails like Y2K and Elephant Man, even some off-piste trails like Vape or Two Hips, and I can get you to the left-hand side of the forest to do that. So from where we started earlier, this time we're going to take the left, this time going behind the skills area, and this time we can go left around the back of the skiers area. As we start moving forward, we're going to come out and take another left in just a moment, keeping an eye out on riders coming down from the right-hand side. Again, I'm just going to slow down in a moment because this is coming up to the Verderers crossover where you finish that final descent, everyone's hooping and hollering, we've had a brilliant time. Now, as I'm moving forward here now, we're coming up to our next crossroads. This next crossroads is quite important. Now, you may have noticed that the exit to Bear Path has changed, and why is that? Well, it does get busy here at weekends. I know you kind of think I'm joking, but it does get extremely busy here at weekends. Of course, I'm going to be sharing some caveats, not just moving forward to Bear Trap in a moment, but also, of course, I'm going to show you how to get to the Nightriders Climb to the right. So this is the Nightriders Climb, and it will get you to what I call the Flatlands Fire Road at the top here. I call it that because it's the Flatlands Fire Road. Effectively would take you all the way back to the top of the Flatlands Trail, which is only 100 or 200 metres down from the top of the actual trailhead. So of course, this climb is a switchback and it's used by the Nightriders Climb for proper mountain bikes. It's slightly longer way, but with those switchbacks, it will get you to the top of the, what I call Flatlands Fire Road. Again, you're going to be looking for those trails like the Red TNT Trail, the Black Y2K and Elephant Man, or the off-piste Vape or Two Hips trails. Alternatively, we're going to scoot forward here and we're moving forward to go to Bear Trap. And of course, I would say in winter particularly, something that caught me out is always being a baby gear, because this bit that we're coming up to now is actually quite tricky. Now, as we're moving up now and making our way to Bear Trap, we keep our eye out to the right-hand side, especially if you're new to mountain biking. For people coming down the trails, I'm going to slow down to what is Enduro Hill. Now, Enduro Hill is a much fiercer climb. It's a much shorter climb, and even though I say it's a climb at the moment, if it's on an MTB that you're on, I've done it a couple of times, but then it absolutely becomes a push-up. That's right, Enduro Hill becomes a push-up, and it is a shorter, much fiercer way to get to the top there. And again, reaching that top there, you are going to be looking at getting to the trails on that far side, as I've mentioned, Y2K black trails, Elephant Man black trail, the Red TNT, and off-piste trails like Vape or Two Pips. If we don't want to do those, we can carry on to Bear Trap now, and that's exactly what we're going to do. We can carry along here to Bear Trap, and just to the right there, you'll see that that's coming up the exit to TNT, Tight and Twisty, one of my favourite trails, part of my favourite loop of the Forest of Dean, something I did when I started mountain biking 3 years ago. Now, this brings me beautifully to the end of this video, where I hope I've shown you all of the different ways to get around the Forest of Dean on your first visit, especially if, like me, you're progressing in MTB, from the parking locations where you pay for parking, where you've got to the toilets and facilities available, the cafe, the shop, the bike shop, bike hire, Colliers Trail and Verderers Trail and Freeminers Trail. So much information shared in this video, and all the details are in the description for you. Whatever you want to take my commute or Strava details, it's just there, not for these rides in the Forest of Dean, but for any other area, you're more than welcome to them. And I can only hope what I've put together for you here, and I have more videos coming, will help show you my absolute love and adoration to the Forest of Dean. I'm an incredibly proud Dean Trail volunteer. I started mountain biking 3 years ago, and just 2 months after that, I joined Dean Trail Volunteers and have been a proud volunteer ever since. It's been an absolute pleasure to show you around the forest today, and I hope that the playlist specifically sharing for the Forest of Dean and how to get round it will be helpful for you. If you have any comments or questions, or if there's anything you want to know about the Forest of Dean, please don't hesitate to reach out to me and I'll do whatever I can to help you. If there are other trails you want me to go ahead and visit while I'm on a trail dig there, I try to go for a ride afterwards and I'll see if I can do some filming for you. It's been an absolute pleasure to ride with you today, and until next time, my friends, my name is Jason, and I wish you now and always many, many happy trails.